Imagine a plane, a military transport aircraft suddenly plummeting from the sky in a ball of flames. A chilling scene, isn't it? This is not a scene from a Hollywood movie, but a reality that unfolded recently. A Russian transport plane, laden with 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war, along with 6 crew members and 3 escorts, met a tragic end. The aircraft, in its final journey, was soaring above the Russian region of Belgorod, a place known for its tranquility and picturesque landscapes, now marred by this catastrophe. As the plane descended, the sky was set ablaze, casting an ominous glow that was visible for miles around. The initial reports that flooded in painted a horrifying picture, with the plane crashing and erupting into a fireball. The sky, once a symbol of freedom, became an unforgiving vault for the lives aboard the ill-fated aircraft. In the fog of war, truth is often the first casualty. What we're dealing with here is a whirlwind of conflicting reports surrounding this tragic crash. From one side, we heard initial claims from Ukrainian sources stating that they had shot down the plane. They went so far as to assert that the aircraft was transporting valuable S-300 missiles, a crucial component of Russia's air defense arsenal. However, these same reports conveniently omitted any mention of the loss of Ukrainian lives. Contrasting this, Russia's defense ministry wasted no time in issuing a statement, painting quite a different picture. They denied the Ukrainian claims outright, stating that there were no S-300 missiles on board. Instead, they confirmed that the plane was carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war, 6 crew members and 3 escorts, all of whom tragically perished in the crash. But the plot only thickens from here. In a curious turn of events, the Ukrainian news outlets that had initially reported the shootdown seemed to backtrack. They edited their reports, removing any reference to the alleged Ukrainian action against the plane. When pressed for reasons behind these alterations, Ukrainian Pravda cited a problem with sourcing, while Ukraine's defense ministry stated that it was merely working to clarify the situation. This leaves us with more questions than answers. Was the plane really carrying S-300 missiles? Or were the Ukrainian prisoners of war the only cargo? Did Ukraine indeed shoot down the plane, or did something else lead to the crash? And if Ukraine was responsible, why did they retract their initial claims? These are all pieces of a puzzle that we're still trying to put together. What's clear though is that in this high-stakes game of war, information is as much a weapon as missiles and guns. Each side is eager to control the narrative, and in doing so, facts can sometimes become casualties. As the dust settles, the controversy still hangs heavy in the air. But this incident is not an isolated event. It's part of a larger, ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, a struggle marked by airstrikes, prisoner swaps, and international appeals. The tension between these two nations has been brewing for years, but it has recently escalated to alarming proportions. Just this month, Russia and Ukraine conducted a large-scale prisoner swap. Moscow released around 230 Ukrainian prisoners of war in exchange for 248 Russians captured by Kiev. This crash, which took the lives of 65 Ukrainian prisoners, 6 crew members and 3 escorts, is a chilling reminder of the human toll this conflict continues to exact. Beyond the prisoner exchanges, the war has been characterized by devastating Russian airstrikes. These attacks have taken out approximately 30% of Ukraine's power stations, causing blackouts in multiple cities and making an already dire situation even more precarious. In response, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been vocal in his condemnation of these strikes. He's called upon the international community to assist Ukraine in strengthening its air defense systems, an appeal that underscores the severity of the situation. But the conflict is not just about military might, it's also a war of narratives and information. With each side accusing the other and reports changing rapidly, it's a challenge to discern truth amidst the chaos. The crash of the Russian transport aircraft is a case in point. Initial reports claimed Ukraine had shot down the plane, claims that were later retracted, leaving more questions than answers. These are not mere political maneuvers or strategic calculations. They are real events with real consequences affecting real people. Each airstrike, each prisoner taken, each life lost is a testament to the tragedy of this conflict. In the grand scheme of things, this crash is another tragic chapter in an ongoing saga of conflict. When the smoke clears, the reality of the fallout sinks in. The tragic crash of the Russian transport aircraft has left no survivors. The governor of Belgorod has confirmed the fatalities: 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war, 6 crew members, and 3 escorts. An event that has turned lives into mere statistics, and a plane crash site into a place of mourning. As the crash site has been secured, the investigations will now begin. Yet, the truth may remain elusive, shrouded in the fog of war. In such times, the Ukrainian government has urged caution, advising against the spread of unverified information. They warn of the enemy's information operations against Ukraine, a reminder that in war, truth is often the first casualty. The aftermath of the crash is a grim reminder of the cost of conflict, a cost paid in human lives. It also highlights the complex and often murky nature of information warfare, where every bit of news can become a tool or a weapon depending on who wields it. In the end, the crash leaves behind a trail of unanswered questions and unending grief. A tragic tale of a sky turned deadly, a controversy shrouded in mystery, and a war that refuses to end. Today's story revolved around a Russian military transport plane carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war, 6 crew members, and 3 escorts, that met a catastrophic end in the region of Belgorod. Initial reports, swirling with claims of the plane being shot down by Ukraine, were rapidly altered, leaving us in a cloud of uncertainty. The controversy deepens as we dive into the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, a cauldron of tension and strife that serves as the backdrop to this tragic incident. The aftermath of the crash paints a grim picture: no survivors and a multitude of unanswered questions. The ripple effects of this incident reach far beyond the borders of these nations, affecting global geopolitics and adding another layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. The truth of the matter remains elusive, shrouded in the fog of war and the intricacies of high-stakes diplomacy. As we continue to seek answers, our thoughts go out to the victims of this tragic event. Until next time, stay informed.